Welcome to the Queer Network. My name is Justin Gerhardt. This is Queer from the Couch, and this week on the couch, I have the honor of interviewing Manuel Skye, who is a porn star. He is an aerial acrobat, and he's a yoga instructor. What came first of the three?
Well, they're all very late for me. Like,
Okay.
Honestly, yeah. I wanted to be an acrobat when I was like kid.
Okay.
Same thing, but I started acrobatics actually 35.
Wow.
I started yoga before that at 32, and porn at 37. So I'm a late bloomer for all these things. Yeah, it's never too late.
It's never too late, which I think is absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing porn now?
It's been a year and a half now only.
Wow. What is like? What do you feel after a year and a half of doing it? Is it more like? Is it like I want to just dive even deeper, or is it I need to moderate this a bit, or how do you balance all these three things?
I maybe have thought that after the first year it would come down a little bit, but apparently not. It's just like keep going like to a new peaks all the time.
What do you think is the reason for the demand for you specifically?
Well, yes, I'm more mature than many people in the industry, but all
How old
this,
are you?
I'm 39, almost 40.
You look absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Why not just have a lot of sex, and why do you want to be a part of the creating of videos about sex?
Well, with my background with arts,
Yes.
I have lots of arts that I've done in the past. Like it's a kind of fusion that I'm seeking for. Like so, I integrate my acrobatics into my scenes, and that's what the directors love of me as well. Like, so we kind of fuse this, and we bring more erotica than actual just porn.
Right.
So we kind of elevate porn. Yeah, so the people that I work with have this very spiritual connection as well, which is amazing.
Which you attracted. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, this is the only way I would have done it. I was like, when I said yes, I was like, I just want to work with people who are very aligned, with there's going to be beautiful connection, and it just came to me.
What are some misconceptions that you think need to be uncovered about porn?
The first thing is like, everyone thinks they can do it. Like, oh, I want to be a porn star, I want to do this.
Right.
Or like, I would just want to have sex and get paid.
Right.
It's the good porn actors, the one that works, are not the ones who worry about the money.
Right.
You don't do this for money. You do this because you truly enjoy sex. And it's really, really hard work. It's very long days, very long hours, and you never fuck in the very comfortable position.
Right.
It's awkward position because what looks good on camera and what actually feels good is two different things.
Right.
So it's really, really hard work.
What's been the most surprising thing about the industry for you?
Well, at first that was this, like when I discovered that people were so free-minded. And, then I realized that in order to be in front of the camera, to be comfortable enough to give yourself, to be filmed in a sexual act, or even to film these things, you have to have this very open spirit and new vision of the world. That if you kind of live in a box, you cannot allow yourself to get into these spaces. So the people in the industry are usually very spiritual, more than we think. Yeah, so that's...
I think there's a misconception about that.
Yeah.
What's your relationship with sex now that you know what it's like to have sex with other people on camera?
Now I'm like, it's okay for me to have sex with several people on one day, and even just to be comfortable to do it like in front of others. For me, like, was like, like that's what animals do in nature, and I'm like, I want to be free like this, not just because I want to have sex all the time or whatever, but I want to be free. This is my mission of life, like just to experience and explore and just do whatever I want without judgment of others.
Right.
Yeah, I don't feel the judgment, or
How has this affected your actual sexual life off camera and dating and that whole world? I mean, the gay community is known for opening up a big conversation about open relationships. Is that how you see this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be part of that, because monogamy is a beautiful thing if it's for you. If it's not, I don't want to have any judgments towards that. And it will never be able for me. And I tried and it's not for me. But I'm really happy to be able to have this conversation with my peers. And the best thing that porn has brought to my life is that now I have to be more aware of the body language. I'm learning more about sexuality because I'm doing much more. So I'm able to please my partners more and more and know my body more.
Yeah, it's an ongoing exploration.
Yes.
Which I would encourage everybody just watching at home even that is what I think sex is all about.
Exploration.
With your partner or with your multiple partners, it's the exploration. And I think one of the things that sometimes I think porn has been very liberating for a lot of people because it's allowed them to explore their sexuality in a closed environment where they can be safe. But then it's also created some unrealistic expectations about what sex should be or has to be. But that, I think like any industry, sometimes we go too far and then we have to find our way back to the middle to some degree.
You said something that's really important to me, like people, they learn from these things. And some fans, I get those messages like almost every week, like because by watching my porn on my YouTube channel or whatever I say, they came out of the closet or they feel more comfortable in life, and some were about to suicide sometime. Okay, and then that saved them. Yeah, and sometimes it's just by watching the way the actors are comfortable in their own character in the movie, like just being genuine and embodying who they want to be. So they kind of like gather this energy for themselves, and it works. Yeah, and they're inspiring. Thankful. Yeah, just by mimicking what we do.
I want to know how you address the perspective that people have of porn that's very negative, that's like sinful and gross. How do you respond to that sort of criticism?
Well, first of all, I had a very few of that. These days it's a lot less because it's been accepted much more. It's it's like anything in life. Like if people that judge are people who are scared of something or jealous. It comes from a place of fear anyway.
Absolutely.
We have to address it in a very positive way and make them understand that, like, come on, we're 2018 now. And actually where, this sexual thing was way more open before all the religions came in the way. Like
we just didn't have the cameras to film it.
Exactly.
At that time.
Everyone had mistresses, minions, and all that stuff. Yes. I was like, what's new now? So these people, you just like, but it's evolving.
Another thing I'd like to know more about, and I think everybody at home even wants to know more about, those that have watched porn and sort of don't quite understand the logistics behind actually filming it. How do you prepare your body physically? I mean, there's probably some obvious things that you do because parts of the body are being used for other things at other times of the day. But when you're shooting, keeping your dick in a specific position for that long, / taking care of your health in terms of HIV and STIs, like what is the conversation about that within the community?
Well, first, yes, it's very long days, strenuous days, so you have to be ready mentally and physically. There's a whole huge routine that I have before. So if I want to have my shoots to go better and more efficiently, like sleep, eat enough, lots of hydration. So just keep that very healthy lifestyle. And in the same way, porn stars, we get tested like every freaking month, like nonstop. Sometimes twice a month, depending on how many shoots do you have. I think just not me, but anyone who has lots of sex or even just random sex, like we need to stay healthy. So like my key message beyond just getting tested too is just to stay generally healthy, because there's a huge correlation, and this, not all the doctors will say that, but huge correlation on your immune system strength and your healthy lifestyle.
Absolutely.
If you eat properly, if you train, if you have like good
digestion,
everything. So if your body is boosted, you're likely not to catch anything.
Right.
And the ones that I see, the major problem that I see that people catch lots of things is the drug abuse.
Right.
And this is really, really sad. And you don't need drugs to have sex.
No.
What is this thing? Just get comfortable. Just do it. And
feel the energetic energy. Feel the sexual energy.
Yeah, because you want to be present for your sex.
Yes.
You want to be in the moment, not just buzz. Feel the real buzz.
What have been some memorable moments from this last year and a half
most memorable moments is like every time there's a check on my to-do list. Like recently I did a scene on a rooftop and did a cam shot in splits in the air, you know, these kinds of things. or just when there's this super amazing chemistry and you know, you're surrounded with people, yes, but the Kundalini energy actually flows from one body to the other, and then the other actor's eyes go like crazy, like what is this? I'm like, so whatever situation there is, like it's like a ritual kind of thing, you know. It's like you feel it for real. It's real.
You must have to create some sort of practice of this. Like, how do you prepare yourself and then also let go of the experience, because you're connecting with somebody on a very intimate level. Yes, it's being filmed, so it's actually, that intimacy is actually with everybody on set.
You have to be able, the real power is being able to create your own bubble and to stay in that vibe, which is very practical for other things in life. You create your vibe, you stay in that vibe. So like whatever other vibe there is there, like it doesn't affect you. So you create that sexual vibe. And other thing to be able to move on to the next after is like I explained, like for me it's like my relationships, for example. Like my dick and my heart are two different entities. They work separately. Where people try to think they go together, I'm sorry, but it's not. You can make them work together, but in my case, they have to be separate.
I would wonder, like, okay, it is. I don't want to say just sex, because you're really connecting.
No, it's you have to be genuine and have pure chemistry.
Yes.
Otherwise, otherwise you won't work.
Have there been times where it just wasn't good chemistry?
My job and the job of the porn stars is to build that chemistry in a short period of time. If you have just 5 minutes, build it. This is how strong you can be. You have to see it as a challenge. If you deliver a good product and a good performance, they will want to pair the best that they have with you. So therefore, now like the chemistry is usually pretty high.
Is there a specific scene that is on your bucket list of scenes that you really want to do?
It's the aerial porn.
Okay.
I want to fuck in the air, 20 feet in the air, wrapped in the silks, spinning and all these things.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Considering that this is basically the beginning of it for you.
Exactly.
In some ways.
I see it like just getting to new levels, because, you know, in my whole life has always been a progression, and I always keep all my passions together and just fuse them more and more. So eventually I'm gonna keep doing porn, but integrating more of this artistry, you know, like music, poetry, and aerials all together, like more like music videos and stuff. Lots of coaching. I really want to focus on coaching. It's just that, you know, now I work so much in porn that I don't have much time to do my videos.
Now, coaching meaning
spiritual coaching.
Okay.
Yeah, there's sexual coaching, but it's still very spiritual, my approach to it. But there's also the life coaching, all the very spiritual things. Most young boys that I work with, they're craving for that.
I want to give you an opportunity to say whatever else you feel like hasn't been said yet about your craft, about your art, about your spirituality, and the integration of all these things.
Well, the teacher in me always wants the people around me to evolve the same way I do. So always seek for new challenges in life. Always believe in yourself, in your full potential. That's how I was able to achieve this.
Right.
You know, like I never give up, and you know, even though I was older, I was like, oh, I want to do this, and I just go for it. And I think everyone can do this. And you know, I do acrobatics with my mom, and she's 64 now.
That is amazing about your mother. And again, for all of you at home, if that isn't proof of the ability that you have at any age to just pick something up, if you really want to, go and do it.
Yeah.
Well, Manuel, this has been enlightening.
Thank you.
Been beautiful to hear your story, and I just think that for the viewers that are at home, also an enlightening experience into the world of a porn star, and that it's just more than just porn, which I think is beautiful. Where can they find you?
Well, via Instagram is a really good way to connect with me. There's my email there already, and Manuel Skye official.
Perfect.
My Twitter, everything is there. Manuel Skye XXX, and my YouTube. If they want some coaching, it's all there. YouTube/Manuel Skye.
All right, guys, we will put all of that in the description, so you can just click the link and go right to these pages. Thank you so much for being here.
It was a real pleasure.
Thank you. And thank you all so much for watching at home. If you've never been to the Queer Network before, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you stay up to date on all the Queer Network's new content.
You have to have this very open spirit and, you know, new vision of the world that, you know, if you live in a box... Oops.
And that is the magic of cinema, ladies and gentlemen.